Hello everyone and welcome to this module. And in this particular module, we'll be going deeper into market structure. Okay, so we'll be breaking market structure into different parts. Okay, I'm not saying different types. We have three types of market structure, as we all know. That's what we are going. That's not what we are going into. We just broke market structure into three parts so that we can easily recognize it. Okay, so that we can have more information about what price is doing and what price is planning to do. Okay. Now, before we go into this module, I want to brush the concept of market structure. I believe that if you are watching this particular video, you must have understood the basic concept of market structure, which is we have three types of market structure. Sorry, two types of market structure. We have consolidating market structure and trending market structure. Okay, so we don't deal with consolidating at all. It's not in our trade plan. We don't trade it at all. We only trade trading market structure. Okay, so we only want to trade when the price is moving in a particular direction, not when price is just moving in a parallel line. Okay, not when price is just moving in this kind of confined price like this, and it's just moving up and down inside that zone. We don't do this trading. Okay, though there are some of concepts we studied in our retail concepts that can show you how to trade that, but personally I don't like it, and most of us don't trade it. Okay, so now when price makes series of higher highs, that's HH, and higher lows, that's HL, we see price on an uptrend. Okay, that's exactly what we have here. We assume that this is just a part of price action that I just carved out here, right? Okay, we assume that's just a part of market. We believe that market is price has been making higher highs coming like that. So I just take this part out. Okay, so we have higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So when price is moving in that direction, creating higher highs, higher lows, we'll see that we are having an uptrend. Okay, then on the other hand, when price makes series of lower lows, that's LL, and series of lower high. Sorry, I made a mistake here. Let me just correct it quickly. When price is making lower lows and lower highs, okay, lower low and lower highs, we see price is on a downtrend. That's exactly what we have here. As you can see, price. As you can see here, price is uh price is going downward, making lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So I draw this annotation I draw now is believed to be coming from another structure like this. So I just bring this out as lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And that's how we have basic market structure. Okay. So we try to trade alongside the trends. So when price is creating higher highs, higher lows, higher high, we know that price is on an uptrend. Okay, and though we can decide to trade both when it's going down and when it's going up, we can trade both of them, but we know that our surest trade that we can hold for long, like we can like swing trade, is when price is moving up. So we try to get it from around here. Okay, but that doesn't mean that we can't trade it while it's coming back. We can trade every phase of the market. You cannot trade only when it is range bound, when it is range. Okay, so we try to trade alongside this trend since we only make money from volatility of price. Okay, so since we only make money from volatility of price, we want to trade when price is in a trending market. Okay, so in this module, we'll be breaking this structure into three parts. Okay, so now what we are trying to do essentially now is that, okay, when price creates move like this, okay, this is just what I draw up here, and it breaks structure like that. So after break of structure, what happens? Okay, After break of structure, what happens? Now, the process of price moving from this higher high, that's this last higher high, okay, moving down into the discount of that range, then moving back up to break that higher high and create a new high. So this is what we are now breaking into three parts. The point at which price come back down, then reverse and take the previous high to create a new higher high. Is what we are now breaking into three parts for easy recognition. Okay, so we broke it into fractal, internal, and swing structure. So we have three major type of parts of this market structure. We have it. We have the fractal. We have the internal structure, fractal structure, internal structure, and swing structure. Okay. So I will be doing all the explanation with this annotation that I have here. Okay. So now let's assume this thick dark line. Okay, is the swing structure. Okay, is the swing structure. That's what we have here. So I'll just, this is just ordinary the main swing structure. Okay, so we want to now have the other two parts when price begins to pull back. Okay, so when price begins to pull back, what happens then before it moves up and break the previous high? So that's exactly what we want to see. Okay, so after price makes a new high on the same time frame, we are not going down to lower time frame, we are not scaling higher to higher time frame, we are just staying on one time frame. So this can be 15 minutes time frame, it can be 1 hour time frame, it can be 4 each, it can be 1 day, any time frame whatsoever. Okay, it works the same. Okay, so immediately price breaks previous high, that's where we want to start from. Okay, so price may decide to turn immediately breaks and come for a reversal into this demand zone that is in the discount price zone and push up. Okay, and it may decide not to do that, it may decide to just move up and keep going up before you have change of character and it moves down. So this is why we've break it into three parts. Okay, so immediately price break previous high, what we are expecting is what we call fractal pullback or fractal structure. Okay. Now, what is fractal structure? Fractal structure is the first sign of weakness. Okay. When price is moving up, 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 the first sign of weakness is what we call fractal structure. Okay. So how do we recognize this fractal structure? I'm going to show us on the chart. Okay. But let's just understand how it works graphically first, so that by the time I go to the chart, I will explain it better. Okay. So the first sign of pullback we have is what we call fractal structure. Okay. So this fractal structure, as it were, is what we refer to as change of character. When this fractal structure switches, is what we call break of is what we call is what we call this, what I have it here. When fractal structure switches from bearish to bullish or bullish to bearish, we call it Choch. Okay, and that's change of character, which is the first indication of internal structure pullback. Okay, so that first weakness we see immediately, structure is broken, is what swing structure is broken. On the other hand, immediately in the previous higher high is broken, is what we call fractal pullback. Okay, now this fractal pullback, as it were, does not mean anything. That's the mistake majority of people make. Immediately they see this joke, they want to enter a trade and trade. I'm not saying you can't do that, but this fractal structure does not give you solid reason to start to enter a short. So if you're entering a short after fractal pullback, you know you are taking higher risk. Okay, though you can add other confluence to narrow down your risk. Example, if you have some sort of let's say higher time frame zone here, from the left. Okay, maybe you are, maybe this trend is, it was coming like this. Okay, let me use brush to explain it. Okay, let's say we have the structure was coming like this. Okay, before this part formed. Okay, then we switch like this. So from here we have some sort of supply zone. Okay, so if it's coming from here, you have extra confluence, but that does not still give you enough assurance that pullback have started. Okay, price can just give a chalk like this and just continue upward. Okay, can just give a chalk like this and just continue going up. Okay, so that is the first indication that we may be having this swing pullback. Okay, because after previous higher high is broken, price can just keep going up, 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 up. We know it's going to pull back. Okay, definitely, but you can't tell when. So this fractal structure gives you the first indication that we might be having the pullback now. Okay, excuse me, that we might be having the pullback now. Okay, so then immediately after we have this fractal pullback. Now, if the fractal pullback is a very small pullback, okay, we can have it differently. But if it is wider, let's say, this is just like 3 candles pullback, then it breaks the high. We cannot consider that as a fractal structure, as a internal structure. We just see it as a fractal structure that it is. Then we'll have to wait for the price after it has broken the fractal structure, wait for it to pull back again, okay, and protect this high. So once this high is being protected and price came back and breaks this previous lower low, now we have this low as our internal lower low. Okay, daily price comes and break it, becomes lower low, lower high, lower low. Okay, so we can now see that internal structure have started to form. Okay, so this will now be our internal structure. And what does internal structure signifies? What does internal structure tells us? Okay, when internal structure switches, we then have more confidence that swing structure is either pulling back or continuing in its trend direction. Okay, so I put it this way because in this particular scenario here, the swing structure is pulling back. So immediately we have this internal break of structure. We can now say that this swing structure is pulling back. Okay, now we can trade, continue trading this internal structure. Okay, using other confluences. When price pull back into the premium zone, you look for the supply zone that you can trade from, then your entry model, liquidity concept, everything. That's not the motive of this video, but I believe you should know all those ones. So that's where you start looking for that. But the trigger is you must find this internal break of structure. Okay, without this internal break of structure, if you are trading only from change of character, which is a very small pullback, okay, I will show you how to identify such pullbacks. Okay, so if just this is just what you are trading from, you know that the probability is not high, no matter what, uh uh no matter how much you are coming from a zone you expect that price should react to. Okay, price can decide to break it. And another reason why this might be this fractal pullback might be of higher probability is when price is at the extreme of that supply zone. You are this supply zone from the left, you are expecting price to right to react to. If price has already gotten to the extreme, maybe price is around here, got to around here, you just know that this is the extreme of it, okay? But sometimes it may not still work because price can decide to weak this extreme, this zone, okay? Sometimes price will just weak it, something like this. You just see price do something like this, break the supply zone, then weak it, okay? Then come down, create internal structure, then continue going down, okay? So that's why you cannot be very confident in that zone. Okay, that's fractal structure for you. So it's better you wait after the fractal structure. If that pullback is not big enough, you just pullback. It's not big enough to be called internal structure break. Just wait for price to come down, pull again, okay, pull back again to the upside. Then when it breaks it the second time, you know that now you have an internal break of structure, and this structure is about to now pull back. Okay, you now have confidence that this swing structure is now planning to pull back, so you can now be trading this internal BOS. But as you are trading the internal structure, but as you are trading the internal structure, you should always also put in mind that if you take your fib from the beginning of this swing leg, this swing structure, you take it from the beginning, then you drag it to the end of it, okay, somewhere here. Then you put your premium discount settings. Let me just refresh in case you don't know how I got that. You set your fib in this way. You put on 0, you put on 1, and you put on 0.5. So you are going to get something like this, okay? You are going to get something like this. So you draw it from the beginning. Yes, yes, yes. Everything's on one single time frame. You don't switch down. We'll talk about multi time frame analysis in another video, okay? But this one is for one time frame. We are going to see it on the charts, okay? Just try and follow up for now, okay? So you have to be at the back of your mind that as you are following the internal structure, no matter what, immediately you cross to the discount zone, starting from this middle line, that's the 50% downward, this 0.5 line downward. This way you stop looking for shorts, okay? You stop looking for shorts, immediately price breaks into the discount. You have to stop looking for shorts because any moment from now, this internal pullback will be over, and we are going to have another fractal change of character. Sorry, fractal structure switch, okay, which we call change of character. You see that price will make this fractal switch, then come back, okay. So immediately price come back, you have more confidence trading from here after fractal structure if you want, though it's not higher probability as waiting for internal break of structure again. But this one, trading this fractal change switch here, like when price create change of character here, is more of higher probability than trading it here because this is now in line with this swing structure, okay? And this is the extreme demand zone. So if this should fail, that means maybe this whole swing structure is switching, and it's a very okay loss. Like if you take a loss from there, it's not bad. But if you still want to further filter the trade, okay, you can just wait for this fractal structure to complete, okay. This fractal structure to complete like this. You have your break of structure. This will be the break of structure. Then you have price pullback like that, then break this. So when it breaks this place, you have a what? An internal break of structure, and you have this new range when price move up to trade from. Okay, so when price pull back here, this is the highest probability of trading. This will always, out of 100 times, will hold more than 60, 70 times because you are now trading in a direction. Your fractal structure is bullish, your internal structure is bullish and swing structure is bullish. So trading from here, everything is bullish. You can decide to stick with for fractal structure here, because by the time price start coming down, fractal structure will be bearish, right? You know that, right? So you can wait for that fractal structure to switch again, so that you know that from here everything is what? Everything is bullish, fractal is bullish, internal is bullish, and swing is bullish. So from here you just trade up, and you have higher confidence that price will just keep going up. Okay, so I'll show you some examples on the charts right now. Okay, but before I do that, let me just give a quick recap. Okay, so we want to see on your on single time frame. We are not switching to lower time frame yet. Okay, so immediately you have a break of structure, very significant break of structure. You see price pull back in a significant manner, like significant pullback, not just price just move like this, you just see small pullback. No, you want to see what? A very significant pullback. Okay, that you know that, yeah, this is pullback. Okay, then price come back and broke the previous high it made. Okay, so immediately it breaks it, you are not expecting a fractal switch. Okay, you are expecting a fractal change of character, a fractal switch of structure that will call change of character. That's what you are waiting for. Immediately that fractal happens, and price preserve the high, the fractal high, and break this low, then we now have what? An internal break of structure. Okay, so you can keep trading this internal break of structure until you get to the discount, to the discount of this structure zone. Okay, the swing structure leg. Okay, so when you get to the discount of it, you stop looking for shorts, then you focus on buy. So when price get into your sub demand zone, you look for fractal structure switch again, something like this. You can trade from here direct if you want. It's of good probability. But if you want to still wait for internal break of structure right here, okay, then when price pull back, you are sure that internal break of structure is bullish, factor is bullish, and swing is bullish. Okay, so basically at this point, after this change of character, this internal structure is still bearish. Okay, so sometimes what happens is that price will just pull into the supply zone of this internal structure, then go down, then your order block fails. Okay, then this whole set of fields. Okay, so that's why you may decide to want to see some internal structure break to have more assurance that this zone will fail. Okay, to have more, to have higher probability that this internal supply zone will fail now. Okay, I hope this is clear. Now, so there are some time that the fractal structure will be very wide, and you can consider it as internal break of structure. I'll give you a scenario. Our time is really, really running. Okay, so let me show you now how to find fractal structure. Okay, so I'll hit the chart now so that I can explain. Okay, you have to take note of this. Fractal structure makes internal structure. Okay, that means is fractal structure movement that creates internal structure. Okay, when fractal structure switch, that's when internal structure begins, right? So when internal structure also forms, it gives us what? Swing structure. That means it gives us either swing pullback or swing continuation. Okay, all right, I hope you understand so far. I hope you understand so far. Okay, so let me show you how to get fractal structure. Okay, fractal structure is very, very mechanical to get. When we see something is mechanical, that means it's something that you can program into a robot. You don't need discretion at all to find it. Okay, you can find it the same way 100 times without any mistake. You don't have to use your own intuition. You don't have to use your own discretion at all. So how do you find it? Okay, let's say these are candlesticks. Okay, let's say we have candlestick. Price is moving up. These are candlesticks. These are candlesticks. These are candlesticks. Okay. Now, in as far that as price, remember we have a break of structure. Let's say we have a break of structure here. So after having break of structure here, these are the candles we are having. After higher high was broken, and we have a break of structure. So this candle must break the previous candle low high. Sorry, this particular candle, there will be another candle below it, before it. It must break it, the high of it. Then the next one must break the high of the previous one. The next one must break the high of the previous one. The next one must break the high of the previous one. So until you have one that failed to break the high of the previous candle. So that's a fractal pullback. And you have a fractal high. Let me explain it on the charts. Let's go to the charts. Let's go to the charts. Why is the chart so far? Okay, let me just leave this alone. Let's open another chart. Okay, let's open another chart. Okay, let's go to gold. Good love to do fractal switches a lot, so it makes it easy for us. Okay. Okay, let's see from here. Let's see from here. We have a break of structure clearly. Let's use bar replay to make it easier. We have okay, so we have a break of structure. So immediately we have a break of structure now. We want to see every candle. We want to see every candle for me breaking the previous candle's high. Like for this candle right here, the high, this is the high. As you can see, the high was broken by this one. Okay, so the next candle that will form must also break the high of this one, and it broke it. Okay, that means there's no fractal pullback. Price continues on a strong uptrend. Okay, we also break the high of this previous one. Okay, you also break the high of this one. So we'll see the next candle. Did it break the high? Now the next candle failed to break the high, this previous candle's high. So our pullback have started. Our pullback have what? Has started. So we can mark this as fractal high. Okay, we can mark this as fractal high. Sorry, this thing is disturbing me. We can mark this as fractal high. Let me just use a broken line. We can have that as our fractal high. So now, after we have gotten our fractal high, the next thing is to get our fractal low. Okay, now we will get our fractal low in the same format. We'll just be looking at candle that failed to break the previous candle high. That's where we'll get our fractal low. So this candle, this particular big candle, broke the high of this candle, so it's not going to be our fractal low. This one also broke this, it's not going to be our fractal low. This also broke, this broke, this did not break because this green candle now failed to break the high of this red candle. Okay, the color does not matter when it comes to fractal, either red or green or whatever color you use, it doesn't matter. What really matters is what breaks the previous candle's high. Okay, so this candle clearly failed to break the high of this red candle, and that's going to be our fractal low. Okay, as you can see now that this fractal low is very, very wide. So if price should pull back now, if price should pull back directly from here and break this fractal low, we cannot call it fractal low, we'll call it internal pullback. Okay, this is even looking like swing structure switch. Okay, so but let's see what price does. Is not, it doesn't often happen like that, that price will just pull like this and break this low like that. Okay, or else there is news or something that will just make price to just move from here and move down once. Okay, or else if maybe we are running into some higher time frame, maybe on weekly or on daily supply zone, okay, price can just go down and break this place, and we'll be having a swing change of character if price should come here, okay. So that's why sometimes fractal structure can also be internal structure, okay. So let's see what happens if price breaks that structure high or low. Then we'll do something, but until it does that, we just wait. Okay, so now it breaks. Oh, sorry, I was too fast. So now it broke. All right, now it broke our fractal high. Okay, so now we have to look for our fractal low. Okay, this candle breaks the high of this candle, so it's not going to be our fractal low. Then this particular candle broke the high of this one. It's not going to be our fractal low. This also broke the high of this one. It's not going to be our fractal low. Okay, this doji candle failed to break the high of the next candle before it, so it's going to be our fractal low. So our fractal low will be here. Okay, but since we have a candle that broke through our fractal low, we are going to use that as fractal low. Okay, so this is our new fractal low now. So we don't know our fractal high yet. We'll just wait. So if price should just come back from here and pull back, we have a new fractal high. But for now, we'll wait for a pullback first. That means the first candle that fail to break the previous high. Okay, so let's see. And we have it. This red candle failed to break this previous candle high. So it's going to be, this is now going to be our fractal high. Okay, it's going to be our fractal high, and wait and see what price is going to do next. Now we have a fractal change of character, okay, because price has broken our fractal higher low. I hope this is clear. Okay, so depending on where price is coming from, if price is coming from a strong higher time frame zone from the left, we can look to trade from this range, okay, but it's better to wait for swing. It's better to wait for swing. It's better to wait for swing. Sorry, internal break of structure when price retrace. When price retrace like this. When price retrace like this. Okay, fail to break this fighter high and pull back and break this. Then we have, this is now going to be our what? Our internal structure pullback. Okay, now remember that our swing is going to be from here to here. If you take fee from here to here, that's our swing structure. Okay, so price already in the 50%. It may not be very nice for you to be looking for short. Okay, so just concentrate on the buy on this kind of small range. Okay, you easily trade pullback when the range is bigger. Okay, this range is very small. So let's see what price is going to do. Is it going to give us an internal BOS, or is going to just continue going up and the fractal structure will fail? Let's see what it's going to do. Okay, yeah, it gave us a small internal, another break. So this is, we can consider this now as our internal break of structure. Okay, but because we are already in the discount zone, bear it in mind, we're already in discount zone. We will not be looking for long, for short. Had it been we are not in the discount zone of this swing break, we'll be looking for what? For We'll be looking for short. When price pull back, then we'll look to short. But we won't do that because we are already in the discount. Okay.